What's up, guys? They were figuring out the best air unit in all-star tower defense because they made a bunch of updates which made my last air tier list outdated. So before we hop on to it, guys, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button because at 300k subs we're getting a new code unit. So make sure you guys comment down below what you want my new 300k sub code unit to be, and remember, you must be subscribed for the code unit to work. All right, let's go, guys. Hop right into the tier list. All right, so for this tier list, guys, we have S tier through God tier. All right, God being, of course, the best units in the game, then S tier being the next ones. All right, let's get started. First up, we have Aaron. Now, again, if Aaron's ability hits airs, but him himself doesn't hit airs, so that's going to give him to me like C tier. I mean, honestly, it's not a bad ability. It's still going to do millions of damage to air units, but if you guys are in higher story mode, it's not worth it. Baby Vegu, he's decent for infinite mode, but not great anymore. And his other forms just are kind of mid. Fujitora, his ability hits airs, but it's so low damage. Can't really recommend. Buddha Chairman has an orb. He's also a tradable unit, which isn't that bad, to be honest. So overall, he's not too terrible, but I definitely don't really recommend him that much anymore, especially because he doesn't have an element. Yugi, he's all right. He's right in the same tier. Definitely better than Fujitora, though. Sure. He's basically a Broly reskin, so not too bad. Kaido becomes a hybrid unit. Fairly decent, but definitely a D tier. Itachi, they kind of rebalanced Itachi for raid mode, so he's actually sort of meta now. So I'm honestly saying high A tier for raid mode. Pass on this guy. Death, he's decent along with Light Yagami, 6-star. All right, they're definitely decent for air mode, right around Baby Vegu level. Demon Side, also fairly decent, but I don't think he's quite as good as Baby Vegu. Law, he's not good for damage, but he's meta for his ability. So, but if you're in air mode, you definitely want to bring him. So we'll give him some credit, but don't use him for his damage, obviously. Fancy Spade trash. Sabo, mid. Kind of mid. Corona stuns airs. One of the few units in the game actually that stuns airs, though I don't believe she's that good anymore because Amelia does a freeze instead. Now Golden Frieza got a massive buff. Honestly, for raid mode, he's definitely up there, like right around A tier or high B tier. Kirito got a rebalance or a buff, so he's definitely a ton better in infinite mode now. Ichigo Blood War, he's just basically a tradable unit at this point. Ichigo, I mean, the funny thing is this guy's technically, I think, supposed to be better than this Ichigo Mugetsu, I think. Let me know down below if I'm pronouncing that right. Very solid unit again, but only used for slow. They did actually buff him though, so he now has an 8 SPA, which makes him even better. All right, Genos 4-star sucks. Genos 5-star though is decent if you are a new player or if you're trying to grind the star pass. So, I mean, technically, he's A tier for Star Pass grinding. So, you know what? Screw it, guys. We're putting him in the A tier for Star Pass grinding. All right. Her ability hits airs, but dear goodness, no. Gilgamesh, yes, sir. They actually buffed him even more. I'm going to give him solid high A tier, especially for infinite mode. Definitely recommend you take a look at this bad boy. All right. This version of Light Yagami, decent, but not the greatest. Goku Super, decent. Goku Rose, kind of mid. Goku Black, trash. 5-star Sasuke's ability hits airs, but not his normal attack, so trash for air units. Sasuke got nerfed big time, so definitely C tier now. Gogeta, unfortunately, he's seen better days. Every unit has been getting better or buffed. Gogeta never got a buff. He did get the orb, though, but since then, no buff. Krillin, oh my gosh, guys. Krillin, oh, yes. All right, this Broly, again, mid. All right, Madara actually got nerfed, so Madara is definitely down here in the C tier. Amelia, very decent unit for raids, etc. However, I don't really see people using her anymore in the meta. Lucky Green was supposed to be getting a 6-star. We still don't know what happened to that guy. I believe he's still even freaking coded in the game. So, yeah, not really sure what happened there. Megumin got a nice balance. So she's actually decent now. This Megumin, no. Him, I believe when you upgrade him, he becomes a hybrid. He's fairly decent. A captain. You know what, guys? He's actually freaking meta, boys. He's meta for the weapons event. Oh my gosh. People are going to be so like, what in the comments? But hey, he's meta for weapons event. So I guess I got to give him credit where credit is due. All right. Meta Knight. Please, he needs a 6-star. So Flamingos. Yeah, they're not quite good enough even for the D tier. Gotcha. You get a buff. But his SP is so high and he doesn't even bleed anymore. Shanks. Amaya. Luffy did get a pretty solid buff. He's actually hot. Pretty decent again for air mode again. So he's actually pretty good after the buff. Mecha Frieza's pretty solid up there with Jiren. Enel becomes a hybrid, I believe. Pretty solid unit, but I think he's a step below Golden Frieza. This version of Ace, nope. But these guys, just wait. Oh my gosh, man. This Goku, they did buff him, so we got to give him credit where credit's due. This Goku, nope. The Path, again, he got a massive buff a couple updates ago. Definitely up there in the A tier for raid modes. Yugi, you know what? I'm putting him in the S tier. He does 5 billion damage. Like, honestly, that's freaking insane. Just thinking about that, man. He's literally instant damage task completer. Tokens did get a buff. We'll give him credit where credit's due. Tatsumaki, trash. Kuma got a buff a long time ago. Trash, though. Trash. Jiren, definitely, I think. Honestly, I'll probably put them there. They're not insanely good. Uryu, a lot of people like Uryu, but there's better units out there now. Vegito did get a pretty nice buff. Good enough for C tier in my mind. Honestly, might even be higher. Zamasu, more of an evolution unit now. This guy got a massive buff. Definitely high B tier now. They basically gave him extra upgrades at the end that made him really OP. Dio technically hits airs, but it's very like technically. Mihawk got, I think, a slight nerf. This Mihawk isn't actually that bad though. Like, especially with all the good OP money units, you can actually maybe even use him in World 1 story mode now. This Krillin, of course, guys, god tier. Blue Vegeta definitely got nerfed. Kiritsugu, I can't recommend him anymore. He used to be decent though, but we'll give him like solid D tier. Goldie Roger, yes sir. Definitely still A tier for raid mode. Definitely one of the better units. Honestly, I might even put him like up there. Big Mom kind of got rebalanced. I don't necessarily recommend Big Mom anymore. Same with this guy. This guy kind of mid now. There's just way better burn units out there. This Amelia, 3-star pass. This guy, again, there's just better options out there. The Masu, he's there. He technically does the most damage to air units, though. It's pretty insane. I believe he does 50% damage. So, yeah, you guess. But, again, he's more of a utility unit, so he probably shouldn't even be on this list. This guy is, honestly, I'd pass on this guy. I'm going to put him in D tier. Same with this guy. They're not that bad. They have some potential. They're definitely better than the D tier units, but there's a lot. Most of the C tier units are better than them. Zoro, he's technically, I would say he's better than Goldie Roger for Infinite, but way worse for raid mode. So we'll put it there. Metal Cooler, again, definitely really good for raid mode, but not as good for Infinite mode. But he's still in Infinite mode. Rock, same thing with this guy. He's more of a raid mode unit. He's half decent in raid mode. B tier worthy. Ziz, mid. This guy, they nerfed him so hard. I'm just gonna put him in the F tier. Like, honestly, like, just evolve him. They nerfed him so bad. I don't know in what. Like, honestly, he's just the worst version of this guy now. Like, get Yugi. Don't waste your Stardust. But the 7-star, a lot better. All right, Broly 7-star again. Definitely, he's meta in normal Infinite mode. He's, of course, meta for airs. He's definitely probably the best damage unit in the game, along with Gohan. Definitely up there. Now, the nice thing about Rimuru is Rimuru turns air units into non-air units. So Rimuru's definitely god tier. She literally makes like this tier list worthless just because you use her and there's no more air units anymore. Oh, they're just ground units. All right. 5-star Ace is very good for raid modes, etc. Now, 6-star Ace, though, is on another level. I'm honestly going to put him above Goldie Roger. Like, I'll show you his stats. Like, hot dude. Oh, my gosh. Look at this. Level 175, 8,000. That's double Goldie Rogers damage right there without the fire rage. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This guy is technically slightly better than I don't know. I probably pick Uryu. He's slightly better than Uryu. Also, he costs way less. This guy, he's mid. Not terrible though. He's kind of mid though. Maybe good enough for C tier. Now, Blue Vegeta, I'm gonna give him solid A tier. He's slightly worse than Broly in my opinion. I definitely say go for Broly if you want the better unit. And then we have this guy. He's half decent. We'll put him up here in the B tier. So there you go, guys. There is the new Air tier list. Let me know what you think, guys. And again, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Hey, maybe we'll make my 300k sub unit an Air unit. Let me know if you guys want that down below.